Most women are wired to believe that men are always ready to reach home base and never turn down an opportunity for sex. Are you one of those women? You're like, hey, sex. Ati what Ibu repeat Shiro? Ati said no. Hey, he is cheating. He is cheating. Men don't say no to sex. Sex. Are you one of those people? I've read very interesting accounts. A recent finding posits as follows: that an average guy thinks about sex at most 19 times a day. And even if that was true, he's not ready to go there and then. So it's not true that every waking second a guy is thinking about sex. We have other things to think about, at least according to research. And today I want to make an attempt to try, hopefully, and bring to the fore reasons, and oftentimes surprising reasons, why your significant other would decline or deny you sex. You know the way you've tried and then they slap your hand. You try and they slap your hand. You try, they slap your hand. Some of the surprising reasons men and women turn you down for sex. That's the conversation today. Is it your first time here? Today is Thursday. Friday is our hangout live on Instagram at 9 p.m. If you've never given it a go, I invite you warmly. You'll love it. So come through tomorrow, 9 all the way to whenever the spirit leads. It's always so much fun. My name is Eric, and this is Eric Stories. Together with you, we try and make sense of adult conversations around taboo subjects and issues of adult life, including sex, and even, turning down your significant other like we're going to have tonight. So I came down with a bunch of reasons. I'll share those with you. Share with me if, as a lady or a gent, there's something you've always been mesmerized about the different sexes and their perceptions about you that can help somebody else. The purpose of these conversations is so we grow and learn and become better. So reasons she turns you down for sex, or he turns you down for sex. I'll speak mostly as a man. I've had conversations with a bunch of my friends, some married, some single, over the years. And there's a kawaru, for those watching in outside of Nairobi and non-Swahili speakers. Like you swallow a hot potato and it just won't go down. It just sits here. So there's a feeling of anger, they say, when they've been declined, when they've been denied sex, especially repeatedly by their significant other. This is men. And so oftentimes you just wonder what's going on. Are you upset about something? So I want to share some of the surprising reasons I found. First reason, most of us don't think or pay it any mind. Mismatch of desire is normal. Mismatch in desire is normal. And again, not every woman, a lot of women like to believe that a guy, I'm sure you've heard it. You've heard the proverbial men are switches, tap. But it's not true. It's not true. Maybe some are, not all of us are. There are guys who also want the process to be gradual. Play with him a little. Not everybody is a switch like that. Okay? So if he's not on like that, it doesn't mean that he's cheating. It doesn't mean that he's seeing somebody else, so he finds you less unattractive, or rather finds you unattractive. It just means that maybe there's mismatch in desire at that present juncture. Maybe, that's just what it is. Mismatch in desire is normal. It's not true that more men are homogeneous, neither are women. So it's case specific. I thought that's very important. But first and foremost, mismatch in desire is normal. Just because you want to go now doesn't mean I have to go with you, all right? This is also very important. Men derive their sexual self-esteem many times, not every man again, from their career and financial security. And so it goes without saying that if he's very stressed at work, or something is not going very well, or maybe he's had a salary reduction, the immediate place for them to go, some men, is not, to have sex. They'll be feeling like, oh my God. So they're trying to recalibrate in their minds how they're going to bounce back off. So again, it's not an alarm bell for his side piece. Yeah? So getting down is not what he's thinking about at that present moment. He's just thinking about, oh, how am I going to go back up? And supposing I'm fired and things like that. All right. Some guys don't mind. They could be going through a serious upheaval and they're just happy there with their banana, wanting to get really excited. But not every guy is like that again, which invites the need to have a conversation, an in-depth conversation about how your significant other is wired and how they roll. Okay? This is another reason I've personally experienced and I've had in conversations with my friends, a reason why he would turn you down for sex. Health issues is another reason. Health issues. Now, maybe you cough too much and you scratch too much, or maybe you have body odor. I mean, there are people who don't mind that, but there are people, I would. Like if, say, we met and we were hanging out and that was going to be the big night and we're like, that food was, that food was nice. And it's just a persistent cough, and you're not talking about whether it's a small cough or it's something you normally have. I would prefer that you just sleep it off. I don't see myself, getting very cuddly and trying to make out. Yeah? So health issues is another reason. Somebody would be not very keen to get down like that. All right? And uncomfortable sex with you in the past is another reason under health concerns. Maybe you beat them. You're too excited. And you just, you're supposed to nibble something, but you gave it a good, decent bite. And now every time they see you, they're like, oh, wow, hi. But they are still nursing the sore. And yeah, so they're like, it was very uncomfortable. I need to heal around there, or maybe gather enough energy to bring it in conversation with you. Also, it's not a tool. It's just a banana. It's very delicate. You can't give it a yank like you're eating steak. Negative body image is another reason that I've come across as to why your significant other can turn you down for sex. Negative body image of themselves. So they're like, oh my God, the lights are on and I have, maybe whatever it is they have. I don't know what would be negative for you. All right? Which again speaks to the need of loving yourself the way you are. Because we come in different body shapes and sizes, Not all of us can be those models on billboards. Right? Because the advertising world has overtly preferred other women to others, which is a shame. It's not truly a reflection of the society. Some of us are thick and stout, others are tall and lanky, others are whatever they are. It's the human body, that's how it is. So the idea of deciding that you're less than because you don't fit the contours of what you've accepted as the standard of what a woman or man should look like is a disservice to you, right? Anxiety and depression and anger and past resentment are other strong emotions can make your significant other turn you down. Maybe you spoke to them badly. There's a saying, it goes, if you want to squeeze at 11, start at 7. You've heard that. And also how men and women respond to sex is very different. Sometimes men want to go now, but the woman is thinking, you're very rude at 2 o'clock. There's no way you're touching me now. I told you to come back home early, and you didn't, so bye. So resentment and other strong emotions from the past can contribute largely to somebody turning you down. And then finally, it would be nice to speak about how to increase desire, wouldn't it? Again, not an expert. A lot of my reading and conversations I've had, so don't quote me and say, Eric said, no. But it makes sense to me. Manage your stress levels, your salary has been deducted, c'est la vie. So what will happen? Are we going to wait for 2 years after COVID so you start having sex? No, just manage it. Make do. You can adjust a little, maybe move to a smaller house, I don't know, so that the union is stronger. So you proceed with having sex. All right? Initiate if you are the one who was denied. So I've read sex therapists say that if, say I'm dating you, right? Let's call you, what's your name? Sharon. So I'm dating Sharon, you're tapping me last night. I'm like, babe, not tonight. Oh my God, I had a hectic day. Boss is an idiot. And then Sharon rolls over and sleeps. So it's wiser, they advise, that I initiate the next time. Maybe across the day, not just randomly, quietly. They say you could drop a text across the day and say, hey, the other morning, you're trying to get lucky and I had this work drama. How do you feel about dinner on Tuesday? And then we get lucky. Are you in the mood? I don't know, maybe that's not the best expression, but you get what I mean. So I declined the last time, I propose again. But if she proposes and I decline, she proposes and I decline, she proposes and I decline, she'll feel rejected. And then resentment can build. In fact, there's a scripture, I think, Paul spoke and say, that you shouldn't deprive each other, but for a time. If you're a Christian, don't deprive each other, but for a time. I think it's somewhere in Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 7 and something. Go look for it. Yeah, so it makes sense that you propose if you're the one who are declining the previous time. What do you think about that? Also, don't succumb to pressure to be more sexual and rather just dig within and see what works for you. I see that a lot. I mean, everybody trying on lingeries. Is that pronounced like that? Lingerie. And maybe the guy is trying something different, something that doesn't quite sit well with you. So in the state of all of that, just whatever works for you, provided it's clean and tidy and it's within the confines of adults' presence in the bedroom, then you just you show up with your authentic self. All right? Don't accept a new normal of no sex at all, or intermittent sex at all. No, you want to work it out. You want to work it out. So we've not had sex. I was talking to a friend of mine maybe 2 years ago, and he was telling me, oh my goodness, it's very intermittent. They've been married for maybe 11 years. So it's so intermittent. I think the last time we did it was maybe 5-6 months ago. And I was like, what? 5-6 months ago? So yeah, so you don't want that to be a new normal. So you want to work it out. Work out the differences and fix it. And then finally, to end it all, address all pending relationship issues with your partner. If you keep coming late and it upsets him or her, own up to it and make adjustments. Be repentant, meaning you do the opposite of what is upsetting them. If you are poor with money and you've been absconding, children's parenting PTA meetings perhaps, then make an effort and go. Because then it's going to deny you a very happy time in the night. And you don't want that, Philip, do you? Good evening. See you tomorrow at 9 p.m. and have a lovely night.